What if the worst war crimes in history were never admitted, not debated, not corrected, not apologized for, just denied? Across decades, governments have issued statements, sealed archives, rewritten reports, and called survivors liars, but history leaves fingerprints, and tonight, we're opening the files that were never meant to stay open. These are the war crimes, still officially denied today. In the 1930s and 1940s, inside occupied China, the Imperial Japanese Army operated a secret facility. Its name, Unit 731, officially, it was a research center. In reality, it was a human experimentation complex. Prisoners, Chinese civilians, Koreans, Soviet captives, were subjected to biological testing without anesthesia, vivisections, frostbite experiments, plague infections. After the war, many expected prosecution. Instead, key scientists were granted immunity in exchange for data. For decades, official acknowledgement was limited, contested, or minimized, and many survivors never received justice. In 1937, Japanese forces entered the Chinese city of Nanjing. What followed became known as the Nanjing Massacre. Over weeks, mass killings and sexual violence were reported on a massive scale. International observers documented atrocities. Photographs were smuggled out, yet to this day, some political figures continue to challenge the scale, or even the existence, of the massacre. Textbook revisions, shrine visits, official ambiguity, history remembers, but denial lingers. During World War I, the Ottoman Empire deported and killed hundreds of thousands of Armenians. Historians widely recognize it as genocide, but the government of modern-day Turkey disputes that label. Instead, it describes the deaths as wartime tragedy. Yet survivor testimonies, diplomatic cables, and archived records tell a darker story. Even today, the word genocide remains politically explosive, and recognition is still debated across international diplomacy. In 1940, thousands of Polish officers were executed in the Katyn Forest. When mass graves were discovered, blame was placed on Nazi Germany, but decades later, evidence pointed elsewhere, toward the Soviet secret police. For years, the Soviet Union denied responsibility. Only in 1990 did Moscow formally acknowledge the massacre, but full transparency of records, still incomplete. History corrected, but only partially. In 1968, American soldiers entered the Vietnamese village of My Lai. By the end of the day, hundreds of civilians were dead. At first, it was reported as a military victory. Only after whistleblowers spoke out did the truth emerge. Photographs shocked the world. Courts-martial followed, but few served significant time. To some, justice was incomplete, and debate still surrounds accountability at higher levels of command. In 1995, during the Bosnian War, more than 8,000 Bosniak men and boys were killed in Srebrenica. International courts labeled it genocide, yet some political leaders continue to deny that classification. Memorials stand, court verdicts exist, but denial persists in speeches and state narratives. The wounds remain open. Why deny the undeniable? Because admission means liability, compensation, international condemnation, political consequences. Governments protect narratives the way armies protect borders. But history is patient. Documents surface, witnesses speak, archives open, and truth has a way of surviving longer than power. War does not end when guns fall silent. Sometimes, it continues, in textbooks, in speeches, in silence. The greatest injustice isn't just what happened, it's when it's erased. If you believe history deserves to be told, fully and truthfully, subscribe, because some stories were buried on purpose, and we're here to dig them up.